A quick side note, I just drank the wort that I used to measure. Damn. Homebrew coming at ya.
Happy Homebrew Wednesday, everyone.
So we're gonna get Colin's impression of the 1.8% milk stout.
This is ridiculous. 1.8, 2%, something like that. How do you what?
Pounder.
I'm definitely getting some. Oh, there's strong chocolate on there.
I'm calling this Angel's Breath Milk Stout.
All right.
So light. It's airy.
Wow, it doesn't have a heavy body at all, so that's really good. But yeah, for 1.8, that's amazing. That's really tasty. It's not super complex, but it's got a good flavor going on there. It's got a nice feel to it. It had a bit of a head earlier, but
it's kind of like a nice brown, isn't it?
Yeah, it tastes very much like a nice brown, even though it's really dark. You can barely see through the top, but I mean,
yeah.
But it actually
1.8.
Yeah, it drinks really smooth and really light. I like this.
I've been having fun because I've been drinking 2 and sometimes 3 pints at night. I mean, I'm such a lightweight, but it's like, so what? It's like no effect.
Man, it's not going to do much, but considering that this has some chocolate in it, I brought something over to surprise the old man with. I've got some chocolate, and not just any chocolate, but look at this. Ghost Chilies. Ghost Chilies. Whoa!
So you're volunteering to eat that on camera, I take it?
Well, yeah, why not? I mean, we're here, I might as well eat it. I'm sharing it with people. Yeah,
well,
yeah.
I'll see if he survives, and then I'll decide. This is purely for your entertainment.
All right. Well, let's see how this goes. Let's pop one out and see how I take it, and then we'll see how he takes it.
Oh Lord.
Well, we've got this popped open. Ghost Chili Chocolate. As you can see here, it's got a nice line of some chilies across the top there. I don't know how much chili is inside the chocolate. I believe it's got caramel in the center there, but we'll see how this goes. I like spice, so this might not be a good experiment for the rest of you if you're not good at handling spice, I suppose. But we'll see how this.
Yeah,
let's see how this is.
Let's see how he does.
You get some spice right away. Not overpowering.
Now, he did do the Crime and Punishment series with me.
Oh, that was brutal.
Yeah.
And I had ghost chilies and habaneros and whatnot. No, it's not bad. Not bad at all.
Now, the big question is he bluffing to get me to eat one?
The spice comes off pretty nicely. I think there's a little bit mixed in with the chocolate, but mostly it's across the top. And it kind of gives you, with the caramel inside, kind of gives you that salted caramel chocolate flavor. It's actually really tasty. The spice is coming a little stronger now that I'm chewing on it. It's in the background there. So, yeah, why don't you give it a try? It's not so bad.
All right, here we go. But before I eat this, I wanted to note something real quick. Up at the top there, it says Theo. So that's Theo Chocolates. Theo Chocolates, the chocolatiers, were the ones that for years supplied the cocoa nibs that were used in the Black Butte anniversary ales from the shoot. So,
good
wow,
chocolate.
This is a very, very appropriate. You know what I say? We just have to go for it. Cheers. Nothing yet. It's more like a salted caramel.
Exactly. Right.
I'm getting a little bit of spice.
Like I said, it doesn't really come on strong. It starts to pick up in a little bit. But
So
yeah,
far it's just tasty, man.
really, it really is just good chocolate, and it's a good caramel.
Oh yeah,
as well.
I mean, great caramel. A really great caramel. All right, the heat's picking up a little.
Yeah. See. But I don't think it's anything you can't handle. If you
No,
had,
this is really, really good if you had a if you were sick, you had a sore throat, and you want to, you know, just a
I'm
lightest
just
burn,
getting over a cold, so hey, why not?
it's a way to get to eat candy when you're sick. It's a good excuse. That's good, actually.
There you go. See, yeah.
That's really good.
Like I was saying, the chili and the spices on the top
Wow.
actually act as a nice sodium, you know, pickup, and it gives you a salted caramel kind of flavor with a nice rich chocolate. I didn't catch the what the amount of cocoa is. I don't know if it's a 62% or a 49. I'm guessing it's kind of on the darker end. Theo does really rich chocolates, but it's very tasty. It's nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
If you can handle some spice, I say go for it if you can find it.
Yeah, that's it. That's beauty. That's some good stuff right there. Man, if you can find that, I'd snag it. That's I'll have another maybe.
I have found Theo chocolates at the local grocery store, but depends on where you are. I don't know if you can find this anywhere except for maybe one of the retailers.
So I'm going to go ahead and show you Brew Day. Things are going good in the yard. I might show you a short clip of the hop vines. They're looking pretty good. If I had a better location, they'd do even better, but you know, I'm not going to complain. And we got grapes and everything else going. The yard's beautiful.
Garden's
But
looking perfect.
I hope you guys just have a great week. I know I am. We'll catch y'all later.
Cheers.
Cheers. Good morning. Happy Homebrew Wednesday. It's not that early, but it's pretty quiet in the neighborhood still. It's 7:20. I've been up for a little while. Got my coffee going. You can see I'm getting ready to go. And oh yes, looky here. Yes, I will be crushing my own grains this time. No effort screwing that up on Effort Friday, I'm gonna tell you. So, I got a few more things to dial in, but I'm gonna get the water going to get it working towards mash temp. I gotta program that yet, and then we'll get going. Cheers, everyone. I love it. I love it. Morning brewing, B's and G's. That's right. And off she goes. It's heating. All right, I got other stuff to get done. Well, I've crushed grains before, just never at home. So now. Ah, now I see why they get the extensions on these. Oh yeah. That's a much nicer crush than what I've been getting for a long time from the homebrew shops. And now I can see nice little chunks in there. The husks are set aside. Oh, this is a good thing. This is a very good thing.
Oh, we're done. And I'm loving that. This is the best looking crush I've seen in I don't know how long. Nice little chunks. It's been broken down. That's beautiful. Let's add something to get some more body. Oh yeah. We'll just cover those grains up for now. Minor cleanup. We're dialed. So I've got a clean 2-inch paintbrush that I'm keeping to clean this out with. I cleared some of my shelf space. I gave Christian a 6-gallon glass carboy, you know, more weight. Let muscles carry that around. And I gave him my mash tun because I can always borrow that. So he's got that over there as well. And who knows what else I might give him over time. He didn't want one of my pots, so I have put that one up on Craigslist for I think a pretty fair price. You know, those pots are expensive. I put it up for 40 bucks, so we'll see if that goes. But that's nice. That's clearing some space out for other equipment and maybe other toys in the future. So one of the guys at the local homebrew shop had the opportunity to brew at one of the local commercial breweries. And I asked him what some of the things that surprised him were. You know, what interesting things kind of happened that he didn't expect. And one of them that was really interesting was, he said they didn't add any salts, meaning do anything to balance the pH. The pH, the water and stuff in the Portland area is so good that they don't really make any adjustments. Now, that still surprises me. Well, it surprised him, you know, at a commercial level that there wasn't doing that. But they make really good beer. So I'm not saying which brewery, but it just goes to say that, yeah, we have really good water profiles here. And our water's just tasty. You don't have to filter. I still do. But one thing I am implementing, and I'll go ahead and mention to people, is that by adding gypsum, you can often make the hops more bright tasting in the beer. And so we're going to go ahead and add a tablespoon. I'm not getting real scientific here on you, but we're going to add a tablespoon of gypsum into our mash water. And how appropriate, just as I'm doing that, and that's recirculating in there, the timer is going off telling us that we are ready to mash in. Okay, this is the part I always find most tricky. Making sure an edge doesn't slide in first. There we go. And, all right. Okay, now the pump's going to kick in. It's going to start pushing water up through the center. I'm going to have to get the level going here. And I have locked the wheels. Voila. Alright, today I'm going to be using a different yeast as well. I'm going to be using, I'm not showing you which one. It's a Y yeast. I haven't used Y yeast in a while. I had to drive to downtown Portland to get it. But this particular one has some specific attributes that I want implemented in this beer, and I've done a lot of reading and heard really good things. So I've done the smack pack. We're going to let this baby warm up. I'm ready to reveal some of the hops I'm putting in this. It's going to be a very hoppy pale ale, American pale ale. So in no specific order, between boil and in between end of boil and dry hopping, I'm going to be using Amarillo, Pacific Jade, Centennial, Simcoe, Citra, and then a special appearance, HBC 438, often known as Ron Mexico. I've heard some really cool things about it. I'm not putting it in equal quantities to some of the other stuff because I heard it can dominate flavors. That was something that was said to me by Secor. So I'm kind of excited to see what this does, but it's going to be one of my challenge beers, one of my optional challenge beers. So we'll see how this goes. So now it's time for a good breakfast while it's mashing away. So I actually talked to the wife, and I've got some buddies coming over tonight for a big drinking fest. We'll review some beers, and we'll be drinking a lot of really good beers at that. Canadians got bacon right. Tasty and lean. I like the stuff in the UK though too, I'll be honest. Not so lean. And then I've got some big drinking events through August. So today is, I think, the 30th of August, and it's a Friday. And so I've talked with the wife. I'm gonna gain some weight intentionally over the next couple weeks, so that I can handle some of these drinking events, because I'm such a lightweight right now. And then when I get through the month of August, I'm going to drop weight in September. And she's good with that. She'll go on that lower cal diet extra with me. So anyway, well, I just had something that I've never seen before. Very interesting. I got a message, deactivation of pump to. I can't remember the exact words, but basically it's saying to mix the grains. I've never noticed this in the middle before. I don't know. I've no clue, and I don't remember ever seeing this in the manual. Now I'm assuming this is to ensure higher efficiency, but I don't know. Any of you, Glenn, if you're out there, or Taxi, if you see this, tell me what you know about this. This is a new one to me for sure. But whatever, I went ahead and then just paused it just to be sure as well, and then I'll get it back going again. One of the things that confused me about that is by taking the whole filtering system off the top to do that, you're gonna get definitely a few grains, some husks that are gonna come out of here and be going through the pump. But hey, we're going to do it in the name of efficiency, and who knows? If anyone knows anything about that one, let me know. I've just never seen this before. Alright, it's kicking back in. And I don't know how long it was sitting on pause waiting for me to do that, so we're going to have a little bit extra longer mash. That doesn't hurt anything. Alright, we'll let this cool down so we can find out what our efficiency was. Meanwhile, she's ready to start the boil. Past the hot break here. Leaving the lid off worked really well with not pushing the hops up the side, so I'm going to continue with that. I will use the lid for bringing it up to boil. It retains the heat, it gets it to boil faster. Alright, time to add some yeast nutrient. I've been using the Yeast beer nutrient blend for some years now. Okay, I got my pre-boil, gravity at 1.041, so I'll have to see how that compares. Meanwhile, my timer's going off, compares to what my target was. And I'm going to add 2 level tablespoons or teaspoons of Irish moss. That's one other weak spot, I would say, on the Braumeister. It only has like 3 spots for adding ingredients, and with today's brewing, you can have a lot more times that you need than that. So probably a point, I assume anyway, that the grain father's stronger at. Perfect timing. 10-minute addition, 2.35 ounces of various hops here. Ha ha ha! Gotta love it. Wow, there we go. Okay, I give myself like a 1-minute warning, but really it's for flame out. And we got another 2.5 ounces of hops going in on this pale ale. Here we go. It is flame out. Brewing complete. Well, we're already at 20 degrees Celsius, which is 68, and I just got my little hose out of the sanitation bucket. Alright, that's all been sitting in sanitizer for a long good while, since there's quite a bit of hops in there. This is going to be all that much more critical today. I'm not worried about it dropping under 68 because, quite frankly, it's going to be a warm day. It's pretty warm out right now. All right, I've collected a little over 5 1/4 gallons. And I'll get a measurement here in a moment with a hydrometer. Well, that's a little disappointing. It came out at 1.042. And my target was 1.047. Now granted, I did add about a little more than a quart extra of water because the absorption, I didn't put that into my calculator. That would make some difference, although it was showing that my efficiency was like 83% on the grain, so I still got work to do. Okay, I got the surprise yeast. I'm not saying what it is. Everything's been cleaned and sanitized. Go. I always look for the little bag in there so I can get every little last drop out of it. Alright, she's all sealed up. And I just got another heating element here. My firm wrap, 40-watt firm wrap. But I don't have more bungee cord, so I'm going to have to tape this one down. And for the time being, I just took this little extension cord with multiple plugs and I put it into my Inkbird so that it'll turn off both of the firm wraps at the same time, off and on. So we'll see. Hopefully that works well. I do eventually plan to pick up another Inkbird. A quick side note, I just drank the wort that I used to to measure. Damn. So that's it for me. I got a little more cleaning to do, but it's almost all done, and I'll catch y'all next week. Happy Homebrew Wednesday.